Right now, somewhere, a person is sitting in a coffee shop. The place is warm, the coffee is good, and yet, the moment a stranger sits down at the next table, something inside them tightens. They don't know why. The stranger isn't a threat, he's just scrolling on his phone, sipping a latte. But for a split second, the body reacts, the shoulders stiffen, the eyes flick sideways. A quiet voice in the back of the mind whispers a single word: careful. You've felt this, everyone has. That instant, automatic suspicion of someone you've never met. The unease in an empty parking garage. The way you size up a person walking toward you on a dark street. The strange comfort of your people, and the low hum of distrust toward everyone else. We like to believe we're rational, open-minded, modern, but underneath all of that runs an ancient circuit. A circuit that was carved into us long before cities, long before language, long before anything we would recognize as human life. And that circuit has one job: to divide the world into two groups, us and them. The question is, why? Why are we born suspicious of strangers? And why does something that once kept us alive now tear our societies apart? To understand it, you have to leave the coffee shop behind. You have to go back. Not 100 years, not 1,000. You have to go back to the ice. Imagine it. The air is so cold it burns the inside of your nose. A gray sky presses down on an endless plain of frozen grass. There are no roads, no walls, no safety, just wind and distance, and the silence of a world that does not care if you live or die. You belong to a band, maybe 30 people, maybe 40. You know every single one of them. You know the sound of their voices in the dark. You know who snores, who tells the best stories, who can be trusted with a wound, and who cannot. These people are not your friends. That word is too small. They are your entire world. Without them, you are already dead. You just haven't stopped breathing yet. Now imagine you're crouched at the edge of camp, scraping fat from a hide, and the birds go quiet. You look up, and across the plain, half hidden by the tall grass, there are figures, people, but not your people, strangers. Stop and feel what your ancestor felt in that moment, because everything depended on what happened next. In the modern world, a stranger is just a stranger, background noise in a crowd. But 30,000 years ago, an unknown group walking toward your camp was one of the most dangerous things that could possibly happen. There was no police to call, no law to protect you, no shared language to smooth things over. There was only the brutal arithmetic of survival. Those strangers might want your hunting grounds, the valley your band had bled to control. They might want the river, the cave, the cache of dried meat you'd spent all autumn building so your children could survive the winter. And if they wanted it, there was nothing stopping them from simply taking it. Out there, the only thing that protected what was yours was the willingness to fight for it. And here is the part that's hard to hear. Anthropologists who study the bones of ancient humans keep finding the same thing: skulls cracked from behind, arrowheads buried in rib cages, whole groups, including women and children, wiped out in a single event. For a long time, we told ourselves a comforting story about peaceful, gentle ancestors living in harmony. The bones tell a darker one. Violence between groups was not rare. In some times and places, it was one of the leading causes of death. So when your ancestor saw those strangers in the grass, the suspicion that flooded his body wasn't paranoia. It was wisdom. It was 30,000 years of dead ancestors screaming a warning through his blood. But weapons weren't even the worst of it, because a stranger carried something far more dangerous than a spear. Something invisible. Think about it. Your small band had lived together for years. You'd shared the same food, the same water, the same air. Over time, your bodies had quietly come to an agreement with the germs around you. You were sick together, you healed together, and the survivors carried defenses against the diseases of your own little world. But a stranger came from somewhere else. A different valley, a different set of illnesses. To his body, his germs were old news. To yours, they could be a death sentence. A single visitor coughing by your fire could carry a sickness that your group had never met before. And a band of 40 people has no hospital, no medicine, just bodies lying down one by one until the camp goes silent. So evolution faced a simple, ruthless equation. The hunters who felt warm and trusting toward every stranger they met, many of them got robbed, got ambushed, got infected. They died, and they took their open-hearted genes with them. But the ones who felt that flash of suspicion, who hesitated, who kept their distance and watched from the shadows before deciding whether to approach, those people lived a little longer, had a few more children, and passed down that quiet, watchful instinct. Generation after generation, the trusting were thinned out, and the wary survived. This is where it gets strange, because the brain didn't just learn to fear outsiders. It built an entire machine for sorting people into us and them. And that machine is so powerful, so eager to switch on, that it barely needs a reason at all. Psychologists have tested this in the most absurd ways. They've taken total strangers and split them into two groups based on something meaningless, a coin flip, a preference for one painting over another. Within minutes, people start favoring their own group. They share more with them. They trust them more. They judge the other group as less fair, less honest, less them. Nothing real divided these people. No history, no conflict, no grounds at all. And yet the ancient machine roared to life anyway, drawing a line in the sand over nothing. That's how deep this runs. Your brain doesn't wait for a good reason to divide the world. It's already divided it before you finished your morning coffee. And for most of human history, this worked, brilliantly even. Loyalty to your group was the glue that held survival together. You would share your last scrap of food with one of your own. You would risk your life defending the band. That fierce devotion to us is the reason any of us are here at all. But then something happened that evolution never saw coming. The world got crowded. For 300,000 years, the only people you ever met were the few dozen souls in your band. A stranger was a once-a-year event, maybe rarer. Your brain was built for a world of tiny, familiar groups and vast, empty distances between them. Now look around. You wake up and instantly see 1,000 strangers. On your screen, in your feed, on the train, in the street, faces from every corner of the planet, with different languages, different beliefs, different ways of living. People your ancestor would have classified in a heartbeat as them. And the ancient machine doesn't know the difference. It can't tell that the person with different opinions online isn't a rival tribe coming to raid the camp. It can't understand that the stranger on the news in a faraway country isn't a threat creeping through the grass. It just sees not us, and it does what it has always done. It tightens, it suspects, it divides. This is the wound at the center of the modern world. We took a brain designed to protect 40 people on a frozen plain, and we dropped it into a planet of 8 billion. The instinct that once saved your life now whispers that the person across the aisle, across the border, across the comment section is the enemy. We feel it as politics, as prejudice, as the strange, hot certainty that our side is good and their side is dangerous, as the way a crowd can turn on a single outsider, as the loneliness of a city full of people we've been trained from the inside to never quite trust. The tragedy is that it's all a misfire. The threat is gone. The frozen plains are gone. The raiders in the grass turned to dust thousands of years ago. But the alarm they installed in us is still ringing every single day, in a world where it no longer fits. So the next time you feel that flicker of suspicion towards someone you've never met, I want you to do something. Don't fight it. Don't feel ashamed of it. Just notice it, and then understand where it came from. That feeling isn't really you. It's a message sent across 300,000 years from a frightened ancestor crouched in the cold, watching figures move through the grass, doing everything in his power to make sure you would one day exist. He was right to be afraid. The world he lived in would have killed him for trusting too easily. But you don't live in that world anymore. The grass is empty now. The fire has gone out. The strangers are just people. And the great quiet challenge of being human today is learning to hear that ancient warning and choosing, gently, to set it down.